everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and I'm very glad you're here today because we're not doing a Sephora video today. We're taking a little break and we're going to be looking at the Byredo palette that just launched and also the new Armani bronzers. Very excited to use these. I put together two different eye looks that I'm going to share with you and some secrets behind the Armani bronzer. So I'm glad that you're here today. Stick around and we're going to have a good time together. Here we go. Well, I am very glad you're here today. We're taking a little break from just doing Sephora and I'm bringing some other things into the picture, although I am going to show you one product from Sephora. We're going to save the rest of them for another day. The elephant in the room is that I just had my lips injected. It's been a year. And I'm swollen and bruised. We're going to cover that up. But this is the reality. I will always be upfront and honest with you. I had a little bit of Botox put in and did my lips again because my lips were, this is like duck lips and they will not look like this, but this is me swollen and bruised. So gorgeous. Okay, the palette that we are talking about today is the Byredo palette. It is this magnificent, I'm trying to show it to you, but it's a mirror. So it's got these really pretty, like, looks like gems. I'm going to put a picture of it over here because it might be easier for you to see, but I will tell you this thing will be covered in fingerprints in about 2 seconds flat. It is all chrome silver, like you could see yourself in it. On the back are all of the shades, which I have put over here on my computer so that I can actually read the shade names while we're swatching. This is my second Byredo palette. And actually, this was called Remembrance. And it is these beautiful, blushy, kind of silvery tones. There is one gold and one silver, but the seem to kind of skew to silver for some reason. But it's a lot of like blush tones and like just really pretty eyeshadows. And the thing that's really nice about these Byredos, and that some people may say that's not a nice thing about these Byredos, but I happen to like the fact that in the summertime, I don't necessarily want to do like a super dramatic dark look. These are going to be very buildable. And if you have not yet seen this palette, it is something to behold. All of you cool tone lovers out there, rejoice with me because this is gorgeous. This is like, I was hoping for a palette like this from Natasha Denona. She had the gold palette and she had the bronze palette. So I'd always been hoping she would do like a platinum palette that was filled with like taupes and navies and greens. And this is a very different palette from last year. Forgot to show you the front of last year's. It's not fingerprint free, but it's a beautiful statue on here. Let's put these next to each other so you can see how complementary they would be. There we go. That is Remembrance. And this is Mineralscapes. Together, I mean, I don't know what else you could want in the world. They're all here. There was another palette that I did not pick up. I didn't know anything about Byredo back then, and I just skipped it. So I have not touched any of these. I photographed it. I made a little reel that's on my Instagram if you want to check it out. This is in the sunlight. It absolutely dances. The sparkle and the colors are so amazing. It's a nice hefty palette. You have nice big pan sizes here. There's a mirror, obviously, which I can try to cover with the cover. Just want you to get a really good look at it. It is absolutely stunning. And I think that having these colors together is going to be very exciting today for a look. I was feeling a little pasty, so I used the Say in Sun Glow underneath just my Lisa Eldridge tint that I'm just, if you get one thing, get this. Watch all my reviews on it. It is the greatest thing that's ever happened to me in foundations and complexion products. It's just everything I want. So today, I had a little time to myself and I went to Nordstrom, and right now Giorgio Armani has 4 bronzers that are out. I did go in and swatch them because when I saw the colors online, in fact, I want to show you something kind of cool. Hang on. So before Terra, Armani ruled the world. This was called Sun Fabric, and it was one of their deeper shades. Now, back then, I was very tan, like usually very tan. And this powder was absolutely the most gorgeous bronzer color in the whole world. And it was a very buildable pigment. So it didn't matter that I had one of the darkest shades because they all kind of did the same thing. I still wear this. I know that, I don't know. I just don't think powders really go bad. And it's such a beautiful, thin, just light on the skin kind of a formula. It's like my favorite bronzer. And then, you know, Tara joined the color thing. I want to bronze up a little bit before we get started on the eye. I still have a ton of stuff to show you guys from Sephora hauls, but I just feel like I need a Sephora break for a minute. Just for a minute. Okay, so what a beautiful compact compared to the days of yore when I was young and adorable. This was young and adorable, and now this is the big bronzer. It seems to be like a thing. Big bronzers seem to be a thing. Chanel did, Charlotte Tilbury did a big one. I did not go with this light color right here because it was very yellow. Like, we even went outside because the lighting is so bad at my Nordstrom. It was just awful. So Christine, who is this wonderful makeup artist that I know, we went outside, we looked at all 4 of them, and I knew that this was going to be the right one for me because it has a red undertone. And against my skin, it doesn't turn green, it doesn't turn yellow, and it doesn't turn orange. In fact, now if I tan, I'm still going to have a little bit of a burn because I am so fair. I mean, back then I was tanning a lot. So I'm just going to take my brush and sweep gently onto the bronzer. Start over here, and I do love a buildable formula. Give myself a little, oh, this is so nice. I feel like it's the only vacation I've had. And I can just tell it's just the right tone. I'm not getting too much pigment at one time. Just trying to get everywhere the sun would hit. And it's just a beautiful bronzer. I love it. But I don't feel like you need to look at intensity because I am so very fair. But if I put something orange on my face, it would not work. This works with my skin tone because of the undertone. It's like when I look at foundations. If I see a foundation that's too light for me. I'm like okay with it if the undertone is correct. I can't make something yellow pink or orange pink, but what I can do is use the right brushes, use something very fluffy. You can go even fluffier than this if you want to, and to just start very lightly. You can tap off on your hand if you need to. I always like to go across the bridge of the nose because that is where we catch a lot of sun. And now I feel like I haven't been in the tundra of winter forever. So cool tones are really special to me. I'm going to put a little primer on my eyes. All I'm going to use is the Painterly Paint Pot from MAC. I'm just going to go very old school today and just cover up some of these veins. I'm going to show you up here the Byredo palettes while I'm doing this. The one that you see over here, I did not pick up, and then you'll see Remembrance, and then we have Mineralscapes. And all of these have been really interesting. Okay, I'm mistaken here. There were two palettes that I missed, I believe. One was this one that's like a rainbow palette. And I already had this rainbow palette that I've literally used like once or twice from Natasha Denona. So I was like, no more rainbow, like mixed up palettes for me. The next one was called Kalahari, and I have no idea what I was doing at that point, but obviously I just didn't pick it up, and that's what that one looks like. This one is entirely different. Love it. All right, let's cover up my scary lips because I can't even look at them anymore and get some things going. The first thing I want to show you is from Sephora, but you guys, this is $10. They were at the Sephora collection area at one of my bigger Sephoras on the last, was it the last day? On the last day, on Monday. And they were taking off, you know, the whole display, and everything was going back up new. Everything that's staying is getting a makeover. Plus, there's a ton of new products. I picked up the contour shade. This is the lightest one. I want you to see how easily this blends out. If you're familiar, I like to go a little higher than I normally would with my contour so that my face doesn't pull down. It is absolutely as easy to blend out as the Rare Beauty. Take a nice tight little brush. Now this is supposed to be a shadow, which is why you're seeing a grayish tone. If I want to accent my bone structure or even go higher to trick the eye, it has to be a shadow. And then for bronzer, it has to warm up your face, which we've already done. Usually I do it in the other order, but I was excited about the bronzer. But this is just to show you that just because there are 4 different shades that are supposed to be for light, supposed to be for medium, you know your skin tone. And you know what's going to look weird on you, and you have enough experience with having tried products. I highly recommend this buildable, very beautiful bronzer to anybody with a cool undertone because this red is going to be really real. And I'll show you an even more real way to make it. I use my Phytosurgence. This is the color Swelter. And Swelter is this beautiful red. And if I take my finger and literally put that little amount, and I go over here, and over here, and a little bit on my nose, maybe a little bit more over here, you start to see what happens with red and a bronzer. People think they can't wear red blush. If you want to look like you were really in the sun, I highly recommend it. It's very real. Again, that's Swelter from Phytosurgence. These are the easiest blushes to blend. They are always beautiful. I just redid mine, so look how perfect this one is. I love it. But this to me looks like, you know, I got a little sun, maybe a little too much. You know, you can give yourself the too much, a little sunburn. Some of you may have like a freckle pen that you want to put on if you have like a full coverage thing. I'm just trying to look like skin right now, so ta-da. Okay, so we talked about this. There also is a contour powder. And what this will do is just extend the wear of the contour that you have put on. Just going to knock that off and just, I'm going to take it on this, and then I am going to get a clean brush to just kind of buff that into against the bone. And then you can do this side. And always with contour, I like to go underneath here. Now that we're looking sun-kissed and happy, might need to move my box of fun out of the way. Oh, I gotta cover up these lips. We're gonna go with the Tom Ford Soleil color that I got because I was never able to show this to you guys because it came the day after I filmed my video. But wouldn't it always? I'm going to take the Lisa Eldridge sculpting pencil in number 2. I obviously don't need to overline right now, so I'm just really following my vermilion line. I take a little in here. It's a very creamy, very delicious kind of formula. This is called Lage Nue, N-U-E. So it's just a nice kind of like shiny, summery, easygoing kind of a shade. And I know my lips are crazy, and there's nothing I can do. Okay? There just isn't. It is what it is. We need some highlight. I did do my under eyes already with, I used Live Tinted. I used the color corrector and the serum concealer because I was looking super, super tired. All right, we're going to take our bronze in 120. Probably should have said 120. I think there's a 90, 100, 110, 120. I think that's how it went. They need more colors. They need more undertones. They need more everything. If I have to buy the deepest one to get the right undertone, they could probably make some more. Just, they're a big company. You know, I look at somebody like Phytosurgence that's out there making 12 shades of bronzer, 6 in the pinkies and 6 in the goldies. And I have a hard time excusing the bigger brands that could put out more colors. If I can wear the darkest one and not look ridiculous, I don't know how deep of a skin tone this is going to be able to be on. And that bothers me. I want there to be inclusion. I really do. Okay, this lip thing. I can't look at myself. All right, guys. So let's go through the palette. We're going to do swatches. I'm going to tell you the names of everything, which I'll put up on the screen also. And, oh, she's so pretty. Let's take one last beautiful look at her, untouched, unscathed. Are those not just like ridiculously pretty colors? in love. There's just so many combinations in here that I just don't know how I'm going to pick what I'm going to do. Let's try. This is a very beachy color, I think, from Chanel. Let's see if we like the color. Ooh, that could be really pretty with this, actually. Let's do it. This is 7 o'clock from the Rouge Allure collection. They all had different times, and this one is 7 o'clock. These velvets feel amazing. This one does seem like a little bit different of a consistency. It's not quite as matte as some of the others. The color to me is just like Miami Beach fun. And we're going to use the lightest color from Lisa Eldridge. These are her cool tone pencils. She has warm tone, cool toned, and neutral toned. And I'm definitely going to get some of the neutral ones also, because these cool ones, I can't stop using them. They're like the perfect color. I can put on just those and some gloss, and it's fantastic. All right, let's swatch away. You guys know I'm so good at swatching. Let's do it. We're going to go over here, and I don't know how I'm going to fit all these, but maybe we'll just like go like row by row. Okay. I need my Clinique wipes. Okay, here we go. This is my dominant hand, so I want to swatch on here. All right, the first color is called Rounding Sky. That is a really pretty, like, steely blue. Like that a lot. Okay, the next one is called Painting Land. It's like a beautiful green, olivey green with gold reflex. The next one is called Sandstone. And it seems to have a little bit more of the green and less of the gold. But I love those two together. I love it when you can do like a gradient of colors. This one looked like it was going to be one of my favorites. This is called Rock Bed. And if there could be a favorite color of mine in the whole world, it would be taupe. And that is just a beautiful taupe that you can bet I'm using in one of these looks. The next one is called Mineral. It's a little bit lighter. Let me see if I can get a little bit more pigment on here so you can see it. It kind of blends into my skin. It's like some nice beigey, neutral, leaning, almost opalescent. I really like that. And then we have Steel Light. This seems to have a little bit more yellow or gold. And that is the first row. I can over here. All right, the next one is called Sunbeam. She's like a very kind of sunny gold, yellowy color. The next one is called Solar Spark. This is a pink with silver reflex going through it. Let me see if I can zoom you. There we go. There we go. Okay, the next one is called Pink Flame. And strangely enough, Pink Flame looks a little bit more bronzy to me than the pink that's next to it. Okay. Sun Dried. Ooh, I like that one. That's a really pretty matte. Let's take a look at that. Ooh, I like that. It's very earthy. Very pretty. And this next one is my kind of color completely. It's called Low Tide. I would describe it as a deep purple leaning taupe. Ugh, love that. And the last one in this row is called Steel Ray. Telling you the blues are absolutely gorgeous in this palette. All right, so this was the first row. This is the second row. I'm going to try to do the third row over here, but I'm going to have to zoom you out because I can't hold my arm up like that. Okay. Here we go. We're going to do it. We are going to get all these on. I'm going to be decorated. The first one in is, ooh, there. Not playing around. Okay, we're going to go right here. That is a blue. And that's a blue. Oh, my computer. Lunar Rhythm. Okay. We just had an eclipse, and I think people were into it. The next one is called River Mist. See, a lot of these are like mattes that have a little bit of shimmer. Like these two I would really almost consider to be mattes. The blue for sure. The next color is called Matter and Life. And this one's like got more of a sapphire to it than the one up top, which is a little bit more royal in the blue family. Then we have Blue Dream. This one is a lot lighter. Looks like a silvery blue with a little bit of just touch of periwinkle, maybe a little bit of purple in it even. And the next one is called High Tide. This is a nice steely blue-gray. And then we have Translucent Matter. I feel like I'm doing like gymnastics here. All right, so this was the first row. And this is the second row. And then we have the third row. I did it! Okay, I swatched it. First of all, these swatched amazingly well. I will say, like looking at the colors, I wasn't sure how strong they were going to be. And it just does seem like these might be a little bit more pigmented than the Remembrance palette that you really could have built up to. It just wouldn't build any further than where you were building it. But it's all going to matter on the eye with the other colors, how you're doing it, what brushes you're using, etc. I want to do two looks. I am just going to do one on each eye. I'm going to sort of kind of pick a theme and roll with it because I don't really have like a grand plan here. Take a look at these colors. I almost feel like the 9 over here and the 9 over here are sort of together. But then I also see where you can just go like row by row or by shade. Oh, decisions. Okay. So because this keeps selling out everywhere and then going back in, I will tell you that at the time that I'm filming right now, it is available at Selfridges in the UK. They have an excellent service. If you're willing to pay for it for $65 a year, you get unlimited shipping, which sounds like a lot until you start realizing that you're not paying tax and things come pretty quickly. And they have launches in Europe that we don't have here. There's a lot of things that are exclusive to Selfridges. I don't know if you've wanted to try Suku. I'm going to try Suku now that I have the shipping. It might be like a fun thing to split with a friend and go halvesies on it and use it for the year. Just saying. Put both your addresses on there. I just sent one to a friend, so you can too. All right, I am going to go for like something taupey, maybe with some navy, and then I'm kind of thinking like the greeny gold. So the first thing that I want to do on top of my eye that's been primed, there really isn't a creamy. What I usually do is I have the two Dior palettes that are just Backstage palettes. They renamed this one the Smoky palette. This is the cool tone neutrals, and this is the warm tone neutrals. And I know they have warm neutrals there right now. So what I do is with these palettes, they are excellent for bridging gaps. And these are going to be our bridge to these. And when I'm looking, it really just depends on which colors I'm going for. So I'm going to keep both of these out and show you where I'm using them, if I need a matte or if I need to like start my whole entire eye look. I am going to use, I think, the creamy one in this palette, just because I want to stay a little bit more cool toned with this one. All right, I hope you can see me. I hope that I am in view. I'm going to take you in a little bit closer so that you can be watching. I am using a mirror over here. So that's the light that you see so I can see myself. And I'm going to start with, it'll be your cool tone neutrals if this is a palette that you already own, or it'll be something similar in the smoky neutrals that they put out. They just kind of gave it a new name. I'm going to take a nice fluffy brush, the A502, and I'm going to go into this very creamy color, tap it off, and I'm just going to go over this eye with some powder, because I did it with a MAC paint pot. Want to make sure I'm using my whole eye and kind of coming out over here. And this is just basically so that you're not going to have anything sticking to you funny. Everything's going to have a nice base on it to work from. And that's why I love these. When I need a blend out color or something that's missing from a palette, this is a great go-to. Okay, we got to get the crease going here. Let's start with that. Get a nice big fluffy brush. I'm going to use the Angie A503. And I know these don't seem very matte, but I'm going to go into this one down at the bottom called High Tides. That'll be up here. And I'm just going to start carving out a shape. And because my eyelid comes down over here, like I need to make an adjustment over here and start kind of winging it together. And then a lot of times I'll take all the eyeshadow off of the brush. That's why I like to sit with a nice little cloth on my lap. So easy. This is a really nice shade for the crease because it's actually like a shadow almost. It's just got that kind of that gray blue that I just love. And I'm just going a little bit more over here just to push this back because this is coming forward. So I want to push that back. So that's our start. Gas 06. And I think I'm going to go next door to this shade called Blue Dream. Okay. I'm going to see if I can kind of work that over here to really start getting that sort of blue color in here. And the nice thing about these, like I said, is that they are buildable. And the last thing that you want with a color story of 18 shades is for anything to go on too strong and have it so that you can't repair anything. Like this is building and this is beautiful. And I'm starting to really get inspired. I'm going to use the same brush. I'm going to go up to the top row to the second shade from the right, tapping off. Oh, this is so pretty. Hello. Oh my goodness. What's this one called? Mineral. You see how beautiful that is? I love the tone of it. And I love the way it's blending into the blue. So now what I want to do is I want to start to deepen that outside part of my eye a little bit. Singe Beauty EO1s, I'm going to go into the blue that's over here because it's kind of a gray blue and we're sort of going in that direction, it seems like. Tapping off. I'm going to go right behind my lashes here and try to darken out right behind them for some depth. And I can put a little bit of it under because I'm going to want to bring these together. Not going too far. I would even take my finger here and just kind of press this color on. If you're looking to build something, you can always wet a brush if you're looking for more color, or you can go the finger route, which is my preferred method, and you can get the kind of tones that you're looking for, the depth that you're looking for. This is really, really pretty. Go into that third shade, the very fluffy, fluffy brush. It is a deeper taupe. And what I want to do is I want to like connect these a little bit. Oh, this is very pretty. Am I getting fallout? No. Oh, this is beautiful. I want it to be very, very gradual. And this has, I mean, this is just, I've been waiting for a palette like this. Like, I'm so happy. I can't even describe it. That last color, I think I want to put that on the inside of my lid just to really add something special. And I'm going to go back into that second shade that we used and just give a little bit more definition here. And everything that I'm doing is doing an up and out motion. So I'm going to take a little bit more of that. Get a little fan brush. I will probably have to fix this a little bit when I get mascara on. On the bottom of my lashes with two of the taupe colors. This is the lighter one that we used. And then I want to go in with the deeper taupe. It could be like my favorite color in the whole palette. I love it. And just kind of marry all of these together. And then once I get my mascara on, I'll really be able to see if we need to darken that anymore. But right now I'm very happy sitting with this. It's got all the feels. It's got everything that I've wanted. I think I'm good. Maybe a little of this pink. Yes. Let me put a tiny little bit of pink here on top, just for some added sparkle. I think that's really pretty. So it's a very kind of like a stress-free kind of a formula. Nothing got away from me. Nothing got crazy. Let's curl the lashes. We're going to use Surratt today. I'm going to give them a good curl. And I always do it in two different sections because I want my lashes to always fan out. Since we picked up a little bit of the blue in here, we're going to use a blue liner. Okay, so in the Victoria Beckham liners, I have two. I have the navy, but I also have Surfside, which I've not used yet. One of them is more navy, and the other one is definitely like more of a teal blue. I think I'm going to go with the navy. I'm going to put the navy liner. I like to use a dark liner when I go up into the lashes because this is what is going to build up and be like my support So I use an eyeliner to tightline, which is to go in between lashes. And I really like to build it up towards the outside of my lashes because it stands up so much. It really makes the mascara look like thicker there. So I do like to just go into my waterline and start going in between the lashes and also doing the waterline. I'm going all the way down here, but just a little. I really want to build it out here. You can almost like go up onto the lashes a little bit. Once you know you have the whole thing on, I don't put the bottom liner on right away because it's going to transfer a little bit. Then I'll wipe it and I'll show you how we're going to use a really pretty color called Smoky Quartz. I better take these off before they're indelible on my skin. The Victoria Beckham kohl liners are just, they're just better than anything else. Her colors are better, her formula is better, the wear time is better, the application is better. They just are the superior liners right now, in my opinion. Okay, we are going to go for my very dramatic mascara. If we can find it. Yes. This is the Vast Lash from Victoria Beckham. I'm going to zoom you out just a tiny bit so you can kind of see what's going on here. All right, so what I'm going to do, this is a really beautifully shaped wand. It's nice and curved, plus it's got a lot of little teeth for a lot of little grabbing. I like to start here, and I blink, and I'm just letting my eyelashes gently go against the applicator while I'm blinking down. And it, for me, really makes fanning the lash easier. And just the shape that I'm going for, because when this dries, it's a tubing mascara. It's not the regular kind that actually comes off like in tubes. It's like a different kind of a formula, but that is just a perfect lash. I love the way it's darker and deeper here. You still have some over here, and then I can just do a slight wiggle on those bottom lashes. This mascara has not disappointed me at all. It stays on. There's no raccoon eyes. There's none of that. It's just easy to use. This is a beautiful eye. I want to take a little bit more of this blue and just kind of darken that outside. I might even go into a deeper blue. There we go. And then I can smoke this out a little. I mean, that is just so good. Then what I like to do, I have these inexpensive Q-tips from Ulta that are flat on one side and pointy on the other side. And what I do is I take the flat side and I run it up across here where it can just be going up. If I want to a little wing there, I would put some of the eyeshadow, the eyeliner over here. And then when I pull like this, I would have a little bit of a wing. Let me show you. So much stuff on this table, obviously. So if I take a teeny little bit right here, and I am going to use a teeny tiny little brush to pull this out. Keep your eye open. like that. And then when I take this, you have that very pretty wing, and you have an eye lift all in one. So I like that. I think this eye is really pretty, you guys. I think the colors are gorgeous. I love the buildability. This is doing a lot of stuff to me. Love it. I don't love the lip. I've not been happy with the lip. Okay, so I just put on a combination of the Prada lipstick in Tonka. And then I topped it off with a new shade that I got. I was so in love with Macaroon, Fig, and one other one. I picked up Cocoa and I put it on top, and they really complement each other really, really well. I'm not even going to try to like line these today because I just think it's sort of like... All right, I think we're going to dive into some greens now because this seems to have some really beautiful greens and golds. I think we're going to get a really nice look. I'm going to start us out using the warmer palette this time, and I'm going to take the lightest color. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go into this just kind of cream color. We're just going to go over the side just like we did with the other one, just to prime it, ensure that we're going to have a smooth working space. I'm so getting excited about the spring. Like we've had like several days in a row, and when I parked my car today at home and I was unloading everything in the car, I smelled lilacs, and I looked around the corner from our driveway and they were just amazing. Like I was like, it smells like spring, it smells like spring. It was just so awesome. I love it. Like I can't wait. Like the great thing about living where we live is that we're going to appreciate this so much more, and I honestly do. I really do. Okay, so we need to do something kind of neutral in the crease. Anything that I would like to use over here. Okay, I'm gonna go into one of these greens. I'm gonna go with the middle of the road. And we're going to just up against the brow bone, get a little color going. And I'm taking this out past here. That's a really nice crease color. Middle green color. It even has like a little bit of blue in it too. And I want to kind of cover just this middle part is what really matters. See if I can use a finger. So this is almost like a topper shade. Okay, we're going to try. I'm going to try some gold. Get a little brightness here in the center. And also out here. This is all prime real estate over here. You can use this for eyeshadow. You need to get some green. This is just a brush from Sydney Grace. No idea what it's called. We're going to go into this deep, deep green. It's raining, you guys. I'm sitting under a skylight, if you can hear it. So right now I'm dabbing this to get the shape that I want, to make sure I have like the nice little V. And like I said, these colors are not going to hit you over the head. You're going to be able to build these however much you want to. I'm going to take my finger, start to really darken that outer corner. That's looking good. Okay, I'm going to do the green that we started with again and just make sure that we have that nice crease. Okay, we need something that's just going to wow in the middle of the eye, I think. We're just going to need like a wow color. Let's try to wow. That looks pretty wow. Yeah. Just need something reflective here, especially down by where the lashes are because I have a hooded eye. You're going to see on my eye is going to be the color that's like closest to the lashes. I think I'm going to wait and put some mascara on before we do any more. I want to do the lower lash line and then we're going to move along. Let's go into the deep green. These are definitely a little powdery, so you got to like knock off some pigment, but it will be fine. Doing the whole thing in this color. I'm connecting it to this outer wing out that I've got going over here. We're going to go in with this color. It's an olive green, which is actually really, it's a very dark, very beautiful green. Do it in time. These like could stay on for your whole life. I'm going to do the same thing that I did last time. Going in between the lashes, building it up over here on the outside. Still going to follow the whole thing over here. And remember, we're expecting transfer right now. We have not done the bottom waterline yet. So I'm going in between the lashes so that I get that nice base to build. We're there. Okay, this is why I love dark eyeliners. I feel like, at least for me, I really like to have like that very fanned out. I would much rather have a fan than volume, even though this one has both. But if I have to pick, I'll pick length every day of the week. Okay, here we go. Victoria Beckham. Same thing that we did last time. We're turning the brush and we're blinking into the mascara. Sorry, it's hard to talk like when you're putting on eye makeup. It's like crazy. Everybody makes really funny faces when they do their mascara. Usually their mouth is like wide open going, ah. This mascara is fabulous, but you don't get any second chances. When it dries, it dries. You can kind of like go back if you like freshen up at all and maybe get a little bit on the edges, but your shape is your shape. So sometimes like I'll kind of hold them for a minute before I let them go. And that looks stunning, gorgeous. I love it. I want to do an inner corner highlight. It's gold. Oh, look at how beautiful that is. That is like the green goddess, and this is like the blue Mineralscape. I don't know. All right, usually what I do now is I will take a Q-tip. I'll run it on my waterline. We're going to do this side first because this has been on longer. I could just leave it. I could use Victoria Beckham's liner that makes it look like it's a nude color, which I could actually do on one side for you. I was going to put this smoky topaz. Maybe I'll put this on first, show it to you, and then we'll go to the other one. So this can go right into your waterline. And what this does is it just brightens the whole eye, opens it up. And sometimes you like it and sometimes you don't. And when I'm doing something really dramatic, like this blue eye, I want to have something that can hold it up on the bottom. So I'm going to take Smoky Quartz, which is a beautiful taupey color. And I'm just going to go right on top of that. And if this mixes with the blue, it'll just be even prettier. So pretty. Okay, we're going to need an inner corner highlight that I don't see one on here that we're going to be able to use. So we're going to go to one of our auxiliary palettes. And there's this really pretty like pearly color that I use for inner corner highlight. up at the top of the Dior. And if you want to, you can put a tiny bit under the brow to pull it all together. Okay, over here, like we did before, I can go back into a green. And I can smoke this out a little bit more. I almost like don't want to do anything else to this one. It just looks so pretty. I do love like an army green kind of a color though. This is so nice. But we have the blue taupe. And then we have the green and gold. They're both so pretty. Let me zoom in really quick. I'm gonna put the gold on. I really do. This is the blue. This is the green. So when you go to do a look like this and you're not sure about the colors and how intense they are, it's a good idea to not use it when you're in a hurry going somewhere because it takes a little while to like get to know a palette. And we've just cracked the surface. I mean, we have 18 shades in here. 18. That's a lot. And I haven't found a dud yet, which is crazy. This one was a topper that I wasn't expecting it to be. It's a great transition in from the gold into the green on the outside. Both looks are equally beautiful. I have to say, I love this palette. I'm so happy that it's here. I really have enjoyed my Byredo palette from last summer. I found a great bronzer that no one would ever expect me to have. Go with undertone. Undertone, undertone, undertone. You can always use less pigment. You can always wipe a brush. You can always be very, very gentle. Even if I use like a giant brush like this, and I just pat each side, I don't even have to like go back and forth. I can get as much color as I want or as little color as I want. And since I'm not sitting in the sun, this is really important to me. I love having a lot of bronzers. I think we need a little bit more sunburn. Swelter, everybody. Phytosurgence. It's the best trick in the world. You put a red, like where you would be a sunburn, where the sun would come down on you like this. And it's exactly like what you want, like what you need. You could even take some of this on the lip. My lips weren't so crazy. I mean, these are so versatile that you can do that. You can do anything you want. But to me, this normally would have a nude lip. I have to put on like a color that you guys can see that looks normal. This is not what I would choose for both of these looks. I actually went to the lip lab for my birthday with a very, very good friend of mine. And we created our own shades. This one is called Michelle. And it is the nude tone of my dreams. I love it. It just gives enough color where I don't look like I'm, you know, concealer lips all the way. Don't judge. So I would do that. And we made a gloss too. And this has a little bit of shimmer. To me, this would be the perfect lip. minus them like bulging out of my face right now. This is absolutely what I would choose to do. What did you guys think? Do you like the bronzer? Do you hate the bronzer? What are your feelings about this giant, very expensive $115 palette? Mineralscapes from Byredo, made in Italy. We got all the shades when we did our swatches. There's ingredients on the back if you want to look, but honestly, what a terrific palette. And I'm so excited to have those warm rosy tones and these cool tones now because I can mix them up. There's no reason why you can't. And both of these looks are so impactful. But you can go very easy on these and just do like a little wash of color. But these are so nice to travel with because I'm the kind of person who's like, well, what if I need more options? You know, what if I need more than what I'm bringing? You can just do a palette like this and you're just like, okay, got some options here. I'm looking at this eye right here and I just want to try this. Oh, I love it. Isn't that pretty? See, you can do a lot. Do a lot. This is the kind of palette that you can like make very dirty, but that you can really play with color without. I'm such a neutrals person. I, generally speaking, don't wear a lot of color, but I do like a good smoke. And when you do that and you do it into a color smoke, not just into gray smoke, there's something about it that's really sexy, really appealing. And I really don't care who thinks it's age appropriate. I think this is a gorgeous looking eye. I think that people would go out for dinner, go wherever they want with these two looks. I mean, they're both so pretty. The mascara holds it up. If you're a false lash person, I would definitely do like that half demi lash, like with the outside, or just put some individuals out here. I'm growing my lashes right now. I quit the grande lash. Now I'm back on the grande lash. I had to take a little break from the Sephora, but that contour, how easy was that? You know, I've like got sunspots that I didn't even cover up today, but I don't care. This is a really nice contour. And the fact that you have a really blendable cream with a powder that'll go over it will give you that like staying power that you need. So thank you guys so much for being here today. I hope you'll think about subscribing to our channel. We're building up a nice group and I am really hoping to start some community activities and just kind of do more than watch videos. Let's talk to each other. Let's be a support system. Let's give each other advice. You guys are the experts too. I have something to say because I'm up here doing this, but I love to hear ideas. I love to hear things that you guys want me to try. Be honest about, you know, did you like the green? Did you like the blue? Put a heart if you like the green, a green heart, and a blue heart if you like the blue better. I like them both, and I actually like this one even better now that we put that matte kind of mauve-y shade, however people want to say it. I'm from Chicago, I say mauve. So pretty. Like, this is just, it's good makeup. It's just, when it's good makeup, it's good makeup. Spray the Hourglass Veil. Let everything really melt. Very beachy, but also like very chic. And really did not take a whole lot of work to get this. you know? Yes, I had to add when I put my mascara on, but I usually do that because I like to see how it's going to look with the lashes before I start piling my makeup back there. This one we have to do the pull up with. We can get the eye lift here. Put a tiny bit of green here. I'm going to take the pointy side, pull it out a little bit, and then pull it out. You've got this is my wing-ish. I like a wing-ish. I like the shape of a wing. What I don't like is 19 different levels. And I understand that I could be drawing full wings, you guys. I wore a wing for years when nobody was wearing any wings. I loved them. I loved a wing. Like, I always wanted to look 60s. I was always like going to Barney's, talking to our friend. There was a makeup artist there who's now a very famous makeup artist. And he would give me 60s eyes and a 60s like mod lip. I guess I just like never got past it. But when they started to get so hooded and then with the wrinkles, it was like, I mean, you could like skip a rock like that. So if I would turn sideways, it would be like the weirdest shape. And sometimes you're looking straight down and that would look weird. So I just decided, you know what, it's all about pulling the eye up and making it really high. Like you could do a very high blush to like really lift things up. So Byredo, loved it. And I'm very excited about this. I really am. It's the right tone. It's buildable. And the other colors were so weird next to my skin. I swear my skin it was yellow, green, and orange. It was a lot. But this turned out really, really well. So comment down below, do you like this palette better, or are you more into the warm tone Remembrance palette? You can find a lot of these on the secondary market, people getting rid of their palettes. The Kalahari one that came out reminded me a lot of the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. So you have that, you're good. They're just quality. Like they feel expensive. Like I know you're buying the whole situation, the way it feels, the way it goes on the eye, all that. These are absolutely beautiful. They are very much some of the colors of my dreams. I could live in this palette for a while, and we probably will because we haven't had that many eyeshadow palettes. In fact, we've been talking so much about quads. I went quad hunting today. I actually found 3 quads that I really, really liked. So those will be coming up soon. There's an awful lot here. We also have the Armani Bronzer, which is so pretty. Wore it yesterday. Phytosurgence Eye was what I wore today when I was out. And I almost showed it to you guys. And I was like, you know what? I want to do it fresh for you. Phytosurgence just came out with 6 new eyeshadows. And they are gorgeous. And we're going to do that next. And I'll throw in a few of the Sephora things as they come. I had to buy most things before they went out. When my lips don't look like this, like a quick try on and everything. And hopefully your stuff from Sephora that you've ordered is starting to come in. I want to remind everybody that, number one, this is not a competitive sport. And we're all here as a community together, and I know that everybody gets the FOMO and I'm going to miss out and the horrible feelings, and I think we just have to like take a deep breath and say it's makeup. It's just makeup. it should be fun. It should make you feel good. And it should be not like you feel like a crazed lunatic having to go find something and get it before it sells out. Don't like that at all. All right, guys, let me know what your thoughts are. Are you in the green? Are you in the blue? Drop a heart. And as always, if you have any questions or comments or concerns, or you just want to tell us, have you bought any of the Byredo palettes? Have you thought about it? Or is it just like way too much money? Because $115 is a lot for a palette. It is a lot. But I can also tell you that I will probably be able to pass this down to my grandchildren because it's powder formula. I'm sure it has an expiration and it should tell you when it is. This is a 12-month shelf life. So you have a year to go through these shadows. And honestly, it's going to take me a lot longer than a year to go through these. But you decide for yourself what you think is safe to use and what's not. I mean, I showed you guys a bronzer today from, I don't even know how many years ago this was. This is when they called it the fabric. But if I put them next to each other, they're pretty close. I think that's why I liked it so much. Had that same kind of just, this was almost like a neutral red undertone. I still love this one. I will keep it till it's got nothing left in. A lover of big palettes or a hater? Are you into the quad thing now? I feel like they didn't give us a lot of eyeshadow palettes because they thought it was going to be a lipstick economy. And you can tell that because there have been so many lip releases that I still have lips that I haven't even worn yet. But every company has them. And I did a video called 27 lipsticks. I think I'm going to do a video called 27 more lipsticks, but I'm going to need to wait until my lips are from this planet and not from I don't know where and I don't know what, but I'm going to ice them. Watch a little TV, get this up for you, and if you guys have any questions or would like to suggest a video or would like a review on something, love to hear from you. I just like hearing from you guys in general. And when you talk to each other also, it's very cool. All right. Thank you so much for being here today, everybody. Be well, be safe, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.